Yeah. All right. We're live, so. All right, everybody. This is a little Animal House radio extra for you guys tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the John Cena interview with my special co-host, Lieutenant General Jerry Martinez. It was a phenomenal interview, and he's a Jersey boy, so we had a lot of fun doing it. Joining us now is there's a very special event going on Saturday, and I have some of the bands that are going to be performing that night. First, let me introduce you to Kane Salerno. Kane, you're the organizer of this event?
Yeah.
All right, give us a little background on what exactly is going to happen on Saturday.
Since we just released the new single, it's gonna be coming out Saturday. We wanted to host a concert for it. So we got the first band coming up is the Jacolanterns at 3:50. Then we got Dancer Pro at 4:30. He does dancing. Then we're performing at 5:30ish.
Okay.
We're gonna do a single. We're gonna have CDs out for sale. Then Witch Doctor's coming on about 6:45. They're like a hardcore type style band. Then there's Ordinary People. They come on like around 7:30, and then the Angry Pirates are closing. And then after that, we're gonna be cleaning up.
This is all happening at your place, or is this an outdoor event, right?
It's at our house, but it's outside.
Okay. And your band is Reign of the Hated, is that correct?
Yeah.
And that's the new single. New single is going to be released on Saturday. What's the name of the single?
There For You.
There For You. Okay. And then also joining us is, and excuse me if I mispronounce, Azarko?
Yeah.
Okay. Azarko, and you're with the Jacolanterns, correct?
Yeah.
And now your band is a little harder than most bands. I guess it's like death metal, would you classify it as?
Most people would. Personally, I look at it as it's more heavy metal, new metal. I just don't usually compare it so much to heavy metal because, like, when I listen to Cannibal Corpse, it's definitely not the same kind of music, but it's definitely in that vibe.
Okay. Well, give us a background on yourself or with your band. How long when did you know that you wanted to do music? Was it early on, and who influenced you musically?
It definitely was early on. I got into making music I wanted to start making music as soon as I found out about Slipknot in 2009 and horror movies with Jason and Freddy. It all really like clashed quite quickly. And the Jacolanterns first started in 2015, and our debut album just came out on Halloween. It took this long to shape it into being, I guess, good enough or ready enough to finally make the first album.
Well, how come it took you so long? Was it just you weren't happy with what you were putting out, and you weren't going to put nothing out until it was 100%? In other words.
Yeah, a little bit of that. There's a lot of reasons, to be honest. A lot of people. There were three ex-members that ended up not being as devoted. It definitely. I mean, when I was 15, of course, I like the music was terrible, was god awful, and it definitely was a thing where we had to figure out our concept and we had to get enough practice. And I made 5 other albums before this one, so definitely practicing was a big thing, and getting connections, getting the instruments, practicing, because back in 2015 was really like the bare bones start of me being a musician. And the Jacolanterns itself is it had to be such a really in-depth thing. So figuring out what it was going to be exactly like definitely took a long time until I felt, I guess, it was perfected enough to do.
Oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. I mean, and I like that mentality. I mean, you know, when you're going to do something, you always want to put your best foot forward. You don't want to put out a sloppy product, whether it be music or anything. Now, Kane, give me some background on Reign of the Hated. How did your band start?
This one's a little bit hard. I've been playing guitar since I was about 13, which is like 12 years ago now, but I was going from band to band, and I always loved music since I was a little kid. I'd love metal music. So I wanted to start making metal music. I could never seem to find members at the time to like actually join the band. Like I couldn't get a drummer, I couldn't get a bass player. And miraculously I was writing songs but not able to like actually perform them until this year. Ophelia, I've known her for a long time. She, after I had COVID in April, I came out the hospital. She was like, "Wow, I'm gonna learn bass to help you out." And the drummer that I was using at the time pretty much disappeared. He didn't want to work with us because he wanted everyone to know the circle of fifths in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
recently lost my grandfather in April. I don't know how he died. He was in a nursing home, so I decided, well, I'm going to play bass and I'm going to make him proud because he used to play bass whenever he was younger.
Wow. Ophelia, did you have any kind of training, or you just got thrown into it?
Kane is training me. Music, like, always been in my family. So my grandfather used to play a lot. He used to play accordion, he used to sing, he used to play guitar, he played bass, he played drums.
Oh, wow. And what about you, Louie? You're the drummer, right?
Yeah.
And did you have lessons, or did you learn on your own?
No, he just basically threw me into it. Like, but I've been learning on myself for about a month now, and it's been hard getting there.
Yeah, drumming's not easy, actually. I have a couple of friends who are in some, actually Carmine Apiece, who's a very prominent drummer, has been around for years. He's a good friend of mine. And my son, Dante, wants to be a drummer, and we were sending him to this one school, and it's just, they're all about money. They're not about teaching the kids, so we stopped sending him there. So, and he still wants to do it, so now I'm trying to find somebody locally. He's 9 years old, and, you usually when you're at that age, you're interested in something for 15 minutes and then you get bored. He's still saying that he wants to play the drums, so that's why I'm going to find him a teacher that can come to the house,
I don't know, like, it took the School of Rock. He wanted to learn lessons at School of Rock, and they're like, it's 200.
Yeah, without naming names, I didn't. Yeah, that was the place I went to, and I just didn't like that. They're just, I'd rather pay somebody who's in a band to come to the house for an hour a week or whatever every other week, and do it because. And he had the one teacher, and he was good, but then he always kept canceling because he had other stuff, and he liked him, but it is what it is.
They explained it though a pretty good way. The best way to learn is just listening to matching it to the song.
Absolutely. All right, and also now joining us is Dancer Pro 31. Dancer, how the hell are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. So give me some background on yourself. You're just dancer. You're not into music at all, or?
I love music, and to be honest, that's why I'm here. I'm alive. It's music, because for all this time of my life, I've been through a lot of stuff, and a lot of things never really helped me and stuff. But I was the only one that found out. Like, I experienced dancing. The first time ever, I was playing with my action figures, and I was like, you know what? Why not? I play some music, and then I was just like, what is this? What is this? And then I will always try to dance on my own and stuff, but the one I learned dancing is the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
Right.
So I learned some moves for him and other stuff like High School Musical and other things.
Did you have any formal training, or you just mimicked what you saw on the TV and stuff?
I never had any training. Never went to schools. Nothing. I would just
Wow.
I would just watch like Thriller or Smooth Criminal, and I would just copy it. Like, it's like training. Honestly, that's like my class right there, and it's free.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So my life it has been like a lot of stress, and I was like really low and stuff. But I discovered that well, like I said, a lot of things never really helped me, but the one thing that really got me happy was dancing and music.
Right. Well, that'll lift you up out of a depression. Believe me, it's a good thing. Don't ever give up doing it. I give you a lot of credit for doing that. Believe me.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I decided to be Dancer Pro one time because at the mall, Woodbridge Mall, there was like this event going on. That's when the Wii U started out, right?
Right.
And I played Just Dance, and I was just dancing in public. Everyone was watching me, so I was like dancing my butt off. Everyone was like, "Yay, good job!" I was like, "Oh my god, it's the best feeling ever." And after 2 years, it was like done. But
Hey, some people get it in playing in the band. You get it from dance, and I get it from doing the radio, doing comedy. So, Kane, now this event is for Saturday, right? And what is the name of the event, actually?
We had to change it because the original name was called Civil War Fest. I was thinking of the name where Captain America was floating Iron Man, and this reminds me of Confederate. We changed it, and I was like, okay. I've seen that we had a single coming out this week. We're actually waiting on it right now from the recording studio. So I figured it's our first EP. We might as well the best EP and just like celebrate.
Right, but you've done this before because if I recall correctly from in the chat room, I'm seeing that you did something similar to this last year or not too long ago.
I've been running them for the past couple months. Last week I ran a concert and a movie where I had 3 bands come out and then we'd watch a movie at the end of it. We had a show and it was a big ass show. It was like 80 plus people outside the house.
Oh wow, that's amazing! And how many people are we expecting on Saturday?
But I'm expecting at least 100.
Oh, good. That's great. Is there going to be? I mean, I know all the bands are going to sell their merchandise. Is there going to be other people with tables and stuff to sell, or just?
I know it's going to be just the bands. Why they can't table out there? I mean,
you're breaking up a little bit, Kane. I couldn't hear that last couple of sentences. Yeah. All right. Try to do me a favor. Try to come closer because something's going on with your audio when you talk. It's getting a little choppy. So far we got Reign of the Hated. We're gonna have Dancer Pro 31, the Jack-O-Lanterns, Witch Doctor, the Angry Pirates, and who did I miss?
Ordinary People.
Ordinary People. Okay. And that now all these bands, they're all different styles of rock. I mean, I know you have like heavy metal. How would you classify Reign of the Hated?
Ophelia, you want to take this one?
It's like a mix.
It's like a mixed genre. We got
between like hard rock
music. We got like 3 different genres. We mix punk with hard rock and like folklore together.
Oh wow, cool. And what about the other bands? What is Angry Pirates? What is their
I want to say like they're like punk rock, like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's no admission for this. Anybody can come. This is open to the public.
It's free. The only thing I ask is that when they come in to use the bathroom, to please wear a mask and
clean up after yourself.
Yeah, like don't be bring drunk into the house. We had that problem at the last concert. Our drummer Louie found a container with white in it in her bathroom.
Oh, okay. We don't want to have that happening.
No,
but yeah, I really give you guys a lot of credit, and especially with all that's going on. I know you guys want to, I speak to musicians all week long on the radio, celebrities, and everybody's dying to get out and do their thing, and I give you guys a lot of credit. As long as you do it safely and get the music out there, especially new music like yours, like all the bands. And I give Zarko a lot of credit. He stuck in there and said, listen, this is 5 years, and now I'm finally ready to put out. Perseverance is everything in the music business. And Dancer Pro, I give you a lot of credit. I mean, you've been through a hard road, and yet you keep dancing, and you got to keep your spirit up because that's where dancing comes from. It comes from inside, and as well as the music from the bands too. So I really, so I want. I'm going to post if somebody could send me the flyer, I'm going to put it on our wall, and I want to make sure that a lot of people know about it and get the word out there a little more. I'm going to be hosting the event. I'll be bringing up the bands and stuff, and I'm happy to come out and help. And but I will be bringing some stuff to sell because, as you know, my show, Animal House Radio, is syndicated on American Forces Network. So that means all our servicemen and women around the world will hear it and see when we do interviews. And so I'm going to donate a certain portion of any of the money that I make from the stuff that I'm going to be selling. It's going to go back to give back to a couple of different organizations that I'm a part of, Code of Vets and vetrest.org. So that's why I want to try and get as many people out there and I want them to buy stuff from the bands, and I want everybody to help one another and networking. That's what it's all about.
Yep. Another show comes December 12th. I teamed up with Norm's Angels. They do Toys for Tots.
Okay.
I'm working Toys for Tots benefits in December.
Now, what is that going to be, like a drop, or is that going to be an event, or?
It's going to be a concert, but I want at least everyone performing to bring some like toys out to donate for the Toys for Tots charity.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I can definitely maybe get together a bag for you, sure.
It would be great publicity for you if you came out. You could sell. I'm looking at December to see what date. This Saturday, I don't really have more information.
Absolutely. You let's Kane. Whatever you need, you let me know. You can use my voice as to let people know what you're doing. Is anybody, before we wrap this up, I want to make sure to let you know that the festivities are going to start at 3:50, right?
Yeah.
That's when the first band goes on, and I will post the flyer on our site. So if anybody wants to show up and just support the bands, listen, even if you're an established band or an established artist, remember where you came from, how you started, and we got to encourage the younger people and those just starting out to continue doing it. Zarko, I'm so impressed, that you didn't give up. Normally a lot of people would have gave up, but I tell you what, I'm impressed by that. I have to tell you that.
It definitely, I want to say, definitely ain't easy. It wasn't easy, and there were times where I wanted to just say screw it, throw in the towel. Yeah. It's just that so many people over time, even all three of my actual family members, that, I'm nothing, I ain't amount to nothing. It's a joke, it's a pretend, and all that crap. And it really just, it really, really pissed me off. So I was like, I just tried so hard, even when it was quite a few months where it was just me writing down what I was going to do for this band. I wanted to do it so badly. And then once COVID happened, we sat down and me and Jack finally got it going for real this time. And after sitting there for 9 months making this album and putting every dollar and every time we had into it, now finally playing our first show, this is the most important thing for me this year. And I cannot wait. So I really hope that there's a decent crowd to be in front of.
Absolutely. And you know what? Whether there's 50 people or 100 people, you go do your thing and you just feed off the energy of the audience. And I will tell you, as a young band starting out, and this goes for everybody, somebody once said to me, I can't think of who it was, I think it was Rob Halford. And you know him as the lead singer for Judas Priest. Rob's a good friend of mine. He's been on the show. What I will tell you is, and I'm not a musician, I can't sing, I can't play an instrument. In this business, be prepared for praise and rejection. All right, and just how you Zarko, just like you told me, people were saying, you can't let them get in your head. If you got a vision, you got a dream, you can't let nobody stop you. And I encourage, and Dancer Pro, that 31, that goes for you too. You just got to keep going. And Ophelia and Louie, I like the way you guys just stepped up to the plate, being thrown in the mix. I think that's tremendous, and I give you guys a lot of credit. I'm looking forward to coming out on Saturday. But I want to thank you all. I wish we would have had a couple more people on, but that's okay. I think we got the message out there. And Kane, before we get out of here, is there anything else you want to end with? Anybody else got any final thoughts or anything they want to say? Go ahead.
I do, actually. Well, this goes out to the Jacolanterns as well. One of your stories really touching, and I've been there, done that too. So, what I always say to all my fans and everyone else, that there's always faith, light in the tunnel, and when I get this feeling inside of me when I dance, it's like I'm finding happiness and bright side. And I even have my quote. I'm going to bring in a sign that says, "Dancing destroys sadness." It's like, well, if you dance, once you feel it or play some music, you'll feel like a good spark inside of you. It's like full of happiness, and it'll tell you that there's hope, there's faith, and definitely it'll destroy all your stress, and hopefully something good will something good in the end will happen.
Okay.
So
I got no matter how bad your life is seeming, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It lost my mom. I literally was hospitalized for 2 weeks, about to die, and life changed like in an instant because me and my mom were best friends, like we could come together. But if all of a sudden at the end of it, like everything changed, my band came together. Finally got to recording. I got to do things that I've wanted to do for the past 6 years with this band, and it's finally come together. It helps also having the right people around you too. If someone says you can't do it, you got to get rid of them and just focus on the positive people. Have them around you more. But there's
Absolutely.
the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely, and I want to thank you guys for coming on today. I'm looking forward to seeing you all and meeting you on Saturday, and I know I'm gonna enjoy the whole night. And I want everybody who's watching or listening to check out our Facebook page, Animal House Radio. If you haven't done so, like it and follow it. If not, I'm going to hurt one of you. No, I'm just kidding. But I'll put the flyer up there, and you guys come out Saturday and support the band. It's not going to cost you nothing. And it's a night out. You can, blow off some steam and have some fun and watch the Jack-O-Lanterns, watch Dancer Pro do his thing, Rain in the Hated. It's Rain of the Hated. It's going to be their night. They're releasing a new single, so we got to show some support. We got to show some love. But thanks you all for coming on tonight. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And I always have your back. Anytime you guys need me, you just whistle.
Thank you.
Man.
All right, I will see you guys Saturday, and we'll see you all next time. Coming up on Animal House Radio, November 24th, 80s icon pop singer Tiffany is going to be joining us. November 30th and December 1st, Belinda Carlisle, who you might remember from the Go-Go's, and December 4th, Joe Mantegna from Criminal Minds. So hopefully you guys will tune in for all that. And we'll see you all next time right here on Animal House Radio. Good night, guys.
Good night.